Everybody is in listen-only mode, but if you have a question, you can raise your hand. You can type it in the chat box, and we will answer those questions as we go, or if we don't get to it then, we will definitely get to you at the end. So, all right. Let's explain where we are.
Sure thing. All right, so starting from scratch, you're saying, I don't even know where my fundraising site is or what you're even talking about. So what you're going to want to do is go to my.smiletrain.org. And that will. So that will bring you to this page. Obviously, you won't already be signed in, so you'll be brought to a page that you have to sign in. And you'll need your email address that you used when you originally joined the team. If you have no idea what you signed up with, or you really want to start from scratch, you can email us at teamempower@smiletrain.org, and we'll let you know what email address you used, and we can reset your password also. So from there, you're brought to your Smile Maker Center, also known as your dashboard. Your dashboard is thinking of your home base, everything you want to see, everything you need to know, how many smiles you've created, all your total funds, all the events that you're doing will be on this page here. So let's start off with the profile. Now the profile is, for the most part, going to be things that will only show on the inside. So it's not going to be outward facing. You don't have to worry about your personal information being shown to anyone who comes to this page. But if you go to Edit Profile, oh, it's going to make the sound again. Let's start there. All right, so Profile. Now, most of these things should be auto-populated from your registration. So your name, email address, birth date, all your basic contact information. Outward facing, it's just going to show, you go here to view public profile. It will show the city that you're from, your name, and what fundraisers you have started, or how many donations you've made to whom. We'll go later and show you how you can hide things like this if you don't want it to be public.
So this is what, when people go and visit your profile, this is what they would be seeing.
Correct.
And a photo, obviously, if you add a photo.
Yes.
Which we recommend doing.
So simply hover right here, hit edit, and you can add a photo, which is great. Just make sure people put the name and the face. Everything aligns in that regard. All right, so once you have your personal profile set up, you got your picture added, we recommend next going to the My Fundraisers tab on the left-hand side. At this point, you'll be brought to all the fundraisers that you participated in with Team Empower. So if you're an alumni, you can have 2, 3, 4 listed here. You can have it listed as your most recent one or by name, so it's easy to sort that way. If you are a London athlete and you say, hey, I'm already loving this, let's do Chicago, and you just want to go from here, you start a fundraiser, and you can join another team at that point. So you don't have to start from scratch with the new email or anything like that. So from here, let's say this is my Give Smiles for the Holidays campaign that I created. But let's say I want to edit this, which is where I think most people are curious how they can spruce up their page a little bit, make it personal. So we really recommend going into this area here. You can change your cover photo. I have a nice photo there from my graduation. But that will be essentially your timeline photo, similar to Facebook, right on the top bar when you come to your page. Then you can create a name for your fundraiser. So most people, it'll be your first name, last name, and the race you're doing. We recommend keeping your name in the title, just so when someone searches you, you come up that way. But feel free to make it creative. We also suggest keeping it rather short, though, because otherwise it's hard to search. So when you set your goal amount, there is restrictions on the minimum that you can set based on the minimums that were set for the race in general. So You can raise it as high as you'd like. We encourage that also. We have lots of fundraising clubs and incentives along the way for those of you who go above and beyond. And then you can also customize your URL. So something a little bit tricky with this one, once you change your URL, if you shared your original URL and then you change it, people who click on your old link will not be redirected to your new page. So just be careful. If you plan on changing it, make sure you share the new link. The old link will not redirect. So do that early on if you plan on doing that.
So instead of redirecting, if people are still using the old link, it's going to take them to a generic fundraising search page. So they will be directed to a SmileTrain page, and they would simply just have to type in your name to find your page, correct, instead of being directed to your page specifically.
But that's another step that we want to avoid. Make this as simple as possible for all your donors. All right, below we have the describe your fundraiser. And basically just tell people why you're doing this, whether it's, I have always been philanthropic in my life and I wanted to give back, so found SmileTrain and it was a good fit. Just about your journey, anything you want to include, just make it creative.
And make it personal. Yep. Maybe you have a personal connection to CLEP, or you know somebody who's born at the CLEP, or whose child is born at the CLEP. Take a few minutes and update this information and just make it personal so that when your donors visit your page, they can read a little bit about your journey and just, get a sense for why you're fundraising and why they should support you.
Right on. So below here we have the ability for you to add a video. So we have some really creative fundraisers right now who are tech savvy. They've been doing little blogs and just videos about their journey in general. So if you want to take a stab at that, go for it. And if you just want to put a generic SmileTrain YouTube link that explains our process about what we do here, that's totally fine also. If you think your donors would appreciate that, just go to the SmileTrain YouTube page and just add the link. It's really easy. And then you can also add pictures. So if you've done other marathons before, you've done other fundraising, you can make this kind of like a live blog where you say, I hosted a garage sale and I want to take pictures of all the people that came to support SmileTrain and my fundraiser. I'll add that picture now. I think that was it for customizing their page. Anything else that we missed?
No, I think if you want some help doing this, definitely reach out to one of us. If you want some ideas of videos to share on there, we can definitely send you some SmileTrain links to SmileTrain videos. Same with pictures. If you want some before and afters of the kids to put on here, those are always great to include with your own personal photos as well, and we are happy to provide those to you. You can also find, if you want to do a search on the SmileTrain Facebook page, there's a lot of images there and resources there that you can pull from. But yeah, I think that's everything on the fundraising page. Does anybody have any questions about editing your page? Let's see. Chat. Doesn't look like we currently have any questions. All right.
So while we let this page load, taking its sweet time, we're going to start fresh. All right. So let's go back to the My Fundraisers tab over here. And we're going to go into Edit. So we were just editing, making all those minor changes along the way. And along the top next you'll see Share. Now this is a feature that we don't necessarily recommend that you use, but it is there as an option where basically you can share your fundraising page directly to potential donors. And just the issue that comes along with this is that oftentimes this will be marked as spam. And we don't want you thinking you're reaching out to, 50 of your friends and they don't actually get it, and that's just a bummer. So we recommend that you email them directly from your own email address. We can share with you a template of basically
the sample donation letter. You can also, if you scroll down, you'll see a sample here. You can copy and paste from there as well. That will include your fundraising link. And like Julie was saying, the reason that we don't recommend this is because it will show up as being sent from Smile Train instead of your individual email address.
All right, next we'll go over to the Record an Offline Donation tab. Now, for those of you who have some donors who aren't tech savvy, they don't want to deal with this website, you can have them give you a check written out to Smile Train and have them include your name and Team Empower in the memo line, and that will ensure that it's credited to you. So you'll send that to our office at 41 Madison Avenue, 28th floor, New York, New York, and just send us an email saying, hey, I just sent you a check from XYZ donor, just wanted to let you know. So that way we'll make sure we get the check, make sure it's credited to you. But you're saying, hey, I want this to show on my page. This person made a donation. I want them to receive the credit where it's due. So if you'd like, you can fill in their first name, last name, email, and donation amount. The check number, nation bank, all that is not necessary, but if you have it, feel free to add it. And then you can hit save or save and add another donor. Now, if you don't want to do this, that's totally fine also. As long as you send us that email saying I'm sending a check from this person, we will add it for you also. But if you want it done right away, that's up to you. You can record the offline donation. Anything I missed on that?
Yeah, I think that's great.
All right. And then donation history. So I didn't actively fundraise for my Give Smiles campaign for the holidays, but at this point you would see all donors listed, how much, what anyone's donated, and there's a cool chart that will come up to track, show you how you're doing throughout a given week or month. Right now we have some awesome fundraising going on in February. We're really excited. You guys have been taking good advantage of our contest that's going on, and we're super psyched for that, so keep up the good work there. All right, let's go back to the dashboard over here. I think one last key thing that's really important for us to talk about today is the My Preferences tab. Now, My Preferences, the main thing on this whole page that we want everyone to be aware of is this first one right here. Donations to any fundraisers or team created or moderated by me. So that is essentially saying, anytime I get a donation or my team gets a donation, I want to be notified of how much and by whom the donation was made. And that's really important because we like to stress that it's great to thank your donors. And, you only check your page directly so often, but if you get an email reminder that, hey, my Aunt Susie just donated $50, at that point you can email her right away and thank her instead of having to come in and check directly on your page. What else do we want to hit on today, Christina?
Let's see the other preferences that are on here. So as long as these boxes are checked, you should be getting these notifications. Anytime a gift is made to your page or you are added to a team, and so on. So if you are not receiving these and you have these boxes checked, you haven't been receiving emails, just send us a quick note and we will go ahead and have our web team look into this. I know a few people have been having that issue, so there's that option. And then below there you'll see your general email preferences. So this, I believe when you sign up, you're automatically opted in. So if you wish to not receive Smile Train generic communication not relating to Team Empower or your race, go ahead and check the opt out. And same with the rest of the contact preferences. If you want to be contacted by phone, again, this is generic Smile Train contact and solicitations not Team Empower specific. So go ahead and mark off on those because you probably do not want to be receiving phone calls from Smile Train.
Phone calls maybe not, but I think, you know, receiving patient stories could be a really good thing to be opted into if you're looking for stories to tell your potential donors about. You know, there's some great stories out there about kids who didn't even have active ways to get to the partner hospitals that we have set up, so we had to help support them get there. So if you want to learn about that, we suggest opting in for the stories like that.
Okay. And then be sure to click the update button at the bottom of the page so that your preferences are saved.
That is a key point there. One other thing, back to the My Fundraisers and then contacts. I know we mentioned this through what we talked about before a little bit, but you can import a contact list and send it through this generic route here if you're looking to do a blast email. So it is an option, and it has a sample here of the sample letter. So if you want to pull that directly from there, that is an option also. And as I said, I don't have any donations on my page directly, but if we go, a moment please, this page here, and you go to your donation history. Right? So at this point, you will have all your donors listed and their email addresses that they sent. So you can send a thank you note directly from the page. At that point, they should be aware that they're potentially getting emails from Smile Train. They probably just made the donation. So that will come up as an option to communicate through that avenue also.
Your donor may then try to respond to that email, that thank you email, by clicking reply. But just know that that is going to bounce back to a Smile Train email inbox and not your own personal inbox.
Which wouldn't be ideal. So those were the main points that we really want to stress today. Taking the time to add a picture, add a story about your journey, why you're doing this. We have some questions we're going to take from Keith. How to access the page editor once more. Sure. So we're going to go back on over. That should be it. So if you're starting from, let's start from the dashboard, top right.
So you just logged in, and it takes you to your dashboard.
Yep. And then you're going to the left-hand side to My Fundraisers. You click that, and then you go hover over to Edit. If you also click on it directly above, you can get to it that way also. But that brings you right into the Edit form. Anything you change, make sure you hit Save. You have a funny mouse on this computer. But then you can also, if you go directly to your page, we're going to go backwards here. And if you just click on it, this is how it's going to be outwardly facing for everyone to see. So, you're playing around with it, you think it looks good, but you want to make it edit. There is, where is it? Isn't there normally a tool button here? Oh, what? Ignore what I just said. So just make sure you go into Edit, and then you can just view it by clicking View or clicking directly on it.
All right, I think we have a few more questions. Bear with us as Julie said, this mouse is a little finicky. All right. How to load a countdown clock to race start. So I don't believe that that is an option that is built into the fundraising page. There is, I believe on everyone's page, it says the amount of days left.
Yep.
So if you view your fundraiser, it would be right here at the bottom. It would have the date of the event and then however many days is left.
Correct. Yep.
since this is a fundraising page that's not related to an event. That's why it's not shown here.
All right, how to create a blog to the website. So, you know, I don't know that you can do the Give Holidays campaign, but you can add comments, which is what a lot of people will do. Just updates. Let's say, okay, every Monday I'm going to do an update, a comment, and that will come up as part of your page when people go to visit it. So, you know, Monday update check-in. I did this training over the weekend. You know, long ride. Running and glare too. Long ride day plus
5-mile run.
5-mile run.
Can we raise 5 smiles? Sure.
Yeah, I like it. So you go ahead and post it, and then that will show up on your main page as if it was just an added comment there. And some people like to really use that a lot. Other people would rather, you know, make an update on their Facebook page and include the link that way. All right, we're going to go to our next question.
It's glare. It's great.
Hold on one moment, if you will.
How can someone get the receipt after they contributed? Okay, so the question is, how can someone go back and get their receipt after they have contributed to your page? So when someone is making a donation to your page directly via credit card, they will be entering in their email address, and they should automatically receive an email with this gift, with the gift information, with the gift receipt. So I would have them go back and check their email, check their spam, search for something from Smile Train. If there is nothing there, then just contact one of us and we can send the receipt directly to them or to you to forward to them. All right, so we have another question, how to add your fundraising site to the signature line of your email. So that can be done by scrolling up to the top of your fundraising page. Here, you will just simply click the URL, copy, and then you'll pull up your email, your signature, but usually in your email there's like signature settings, and then you'll go ahead and paste that URL into the signature. Same thing, you can just paste this in the body of the email. You can copy paste this on your Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to post it. But anytime you copy this link and post it somewhere, that will be how your donors can easily find your page.
Let's say that you don't know your page, or you just want to tell someone about it and you're passing them in the supermarket. So let's say you just tell them, oh, you're fundraising for Smile Train. Just Smile Train and, you know, your race. So they're going to smiletrain.org. Taking some time. So, and they're browsing, and they say, oh yeah, I heard say something about Team Empower, you know, a race. So event-based race. And they're scrolling around, and okay, yeah, I was in a race over here, so I'll click that. You know, this is a backhanded way to do it, but If your donor, you know, is just looking, that's totally fine. So let's say, oh yeah, just sign up for London. So I'm going to click on the race. And at that point, you're brought to the landing page where everyone's listed, but you can also find the Find a Fundraiser tab, which is here. Oh, messy mouse. It's not listening to me. All right. Oh, Find a Fundraiser.
And sometimes there's, you know, depending on the web browser you're in, sometimes that Find Fundraiser is located on the right-hand side of the page.
Yep. So it's normally pretty visible. So at that point, they can search your name and you would come up. And that's why we suggest keeping your name in the title of your fundraiser. So if they don't have the direct link and they know something about Smile Train Team Empower and they search you, you'll still come up at that point.
Let's see if we have some more questions. Answer those. Make sure that we are answering all of your wonderful questions. Again, if anybody is watching this later, since it's being recorded, any questions that you have while you're watching, definitely just send an email to teamempower@smiletrain.org, or if you have been working directly with Julie, feel free to send her an email directly, or myself, Christina, and we will be sure to answer those. I think that's all the questions we have so far.
Anything else you want to know, we'll stay on for a minute, let you get your questions in. But we hope this gave you a good general sense of, you know, how to work with your page. Taking the time to customize it is really important. Add that extra touch. And it's pretty user-friendly. If you take 5 minutes, just click the links. I mean, you can't mess up. So.
Oh, I think we have a question. Does the thank you email come in as spam? So the question is, does the thank you email come in as spam? Usually not. It will depend on each
Provider of the email.
Yeah, each person's you know, spam settings. Like we said, the email will be coming from, I believe it's smile@smiletrain.org. So there is a chance that it could get marked as spam. We suggest just sending it out from your own email just to ensure that your donor is receiving that thank you. If, you know, if having it marked as spam is of concern to you. Yeah, I would definitely just go ahead and send from your own email. It's just safer that way. You can find like we said, you can find the thank you template in on your fundraising page and just copy from there and paste it into your own email. Good questions. Is there another about that maybe? Nope. All right, we'll give it one more minute for questions. Again, this if you're watching this recorded, feel free to send us an email with all of your questions or post in the Facebook group.
We're here to help you, so anything we could do to make your lives easier with this or your donors, we're happy to work with you one-on-one and help you make more smiles. So now that you're all pros at this, go make some cool edits, add some videos, add pictures, tell your story. You have a couple days left in February to get in on the Flash fundraising contest where you can get water bottle, headband, a hat, and a bag. So
Cool gear.
Cool gear. Yep.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for attending. And we will talk to you all soon. Have a great day.